The room grows still. The final breath escapes the body with a softness that almost feels unreal. And in that instant, so quiet, so subtle, the world begins to change. The eyes may close, the heartbeat may fade, but the soul does not fall into silence. At first, there is a strange awareness, like waking up from a long sleep but not recognizing the place where you have awakened. The person realizes they are no longer bound to the weight of the body. They see themselves, the room, the people weeping or standing in shock, yet feel no pain, no heaviness, no breathlessness. There is a sense of detachment, gentle, almost comforting, as if a great tension that had been carried for a lifetime suddenly dissolves. The world feels distant, muffled, like a fading echo, while another reality begins to sharpen. Then comes the moment of realization. Life has ended, but existence has not. A subtle brightness fills the edges of everything, as though the spiritual realm had always been there, waiting behind a thin veil. Nothing is rushed, nothing is chaotic. The transition is quiet, solemn, and deeply personal. This is the first minute after death.
Suddenly, the soul begins to perceive things that were impossible to notice in the body. Soft vibrations in the air, a warmth that seems to come from nowhere, and the presence of something or someone. Sounds shift. The world of the living becomes distant, like memories underwater. A new realm emerges, vibrant and unfamiliar. Colors appear deeper, and the atmosphere feels alive, with a gentle hum that resonates through the soul itself. There is no confusion, but there is awe. Some souls describe a sensation like rising, not upward in a physical sense, but expanding. The limitations of the physical senses dissolve, replaced with clarity. The person sees their entire life with sudden sharpness, understanding its moments, its weight, its purpose in a way they never could before. And then a presence approaches. Not threatening, not distant, familiar. A messenger, a guide, an angelic being stepping into awareness. The soul feels seen, known, understood. No words need to be spoken, yet everything is communicated. Peace, assurance, and the beginning of a journey greater than anything lived before. What do you think about the story so far? Share your thoughts in the comments and tell us what struck you most in these first moments after death.
The atmosphere grows brighter, almost golden, and the presence of the angel becomes clearer. The soul senses that this is not the final destination, only the first step. Then comes the moment Jesus described many times, the revelation of the soul's true condition. There is no courtroom, no chaos, no shouts or accusations. Instead, there is truth, pure, undeniable truth. Memories rise not to condemn, but to reveal. Intentions, hidden thoughts, kindnesses forgotten by others, small acts of love, moments of selfishness. Everything appears bathed in a light that feels both piercing and gentle. It is impossible to hide, but it's also impossible to feel abandoned. The presence of divine justice is accompanied by divine mercy. The soul understands that God sees everything and still loves deeply. Then comes the encounter that defines everything. A radiance approaches, different from the angel, infinitely greater, filled with authority and compassion. The soul recognizes it instinctively, even without physical senses. Jesus, not distant, not silent, but present, real, and overwhelmingly loving. He does not arrive with condemnation. He arrives with understanding. His presence exposes the truth of the soul, but also brings peace that no earthly experience could imitate. This meeting is brief, yet eternal in its impact. In his light, the soul understands the path that lies ahead, whether towards the fullness of his presence or away from it. Thank you for staying with this story up to this moment. Your presence here means a lot. And keep watching, because the most powerful, most moving part of this journey is still to come.
Then the light changes. It softens, expands, and begins to reveal a landscape behind it. Not the world left behind, but a new environment, one that feels both foreign and deeply familiar. The soul is guided into a realm Jesus spoke of with affection and promise. The air is different, pure, alive, filled with a sense of belonging. Structures shimmer with a radiance that doesn't come from the sun. Gardens bloom with colors that cannot be found on earth. Paths glisten as though made of living light. This is the first glimpse of the place prepared for the children of God. The soul feels an overwhelming sense of welcome, not because of perfection, but because of grace. Every detail speaks of intention. Every fragrance feels like a memory of home the soul had forgotten. There is no fear, no darkness, no pain, no confusion, only clarity and deep peace. Voices can be heard, distant but harmonious, like a choir carried by the wind. Not singing for performance, but for joy. The soul understands. This is not the final destination. This is the introduction to eternity.
And then comes the final moment of these first 5 minutes. The soul is led toward the place it was destined for, whether a mansion prepared with divine care, or a path that leads toward transformation, healing, and restoration. There is no sense of being lost, no sense of being unworthy, only the awareness that Jesus has been preparing this moment from the beginning. The soul steps forward into the eternal story, one that continues long after the world of time has faded. This is where purpose unfolds, where promises come alive, where the soul finally understands the meaning of existence. The first 5 minutes after death are not about endings. They are about beginnings.
And so we conclude this deep narrative about what happens in the first 5 minutes after death. Now, I want to hear from you. Which part touched your heart the most? Leave your opinion in the comments. subscribe to the channel, and continue following our stories. Also, watch the next recommended video. It will further expand your understanding of eternity and God's purpose for your life.